It's a clear choice, people. And I say to you, stand up for your right to vote. Don't sell out yourself. Don't sell out your children.
Bless up, loyal viewers and subscribers. Give thanks for life. Give thanks for your continued support. Today on the Avenue, welcome forward all new viewers. Don't forget to watch the videos, like and share the content, subscribe to the channel. So let's get into it on the Avenue, my people. Today we will be looking at Dania Morris-Dixon trying to explain that the PNP use AI for their manifesto, while after Fayval Williams declared that there is no discretionary spending in the budget, Ralston Hyman and Colin Bell of Portland Spice explain it, my people, and you really want to hear what they got to say because they break it down in details. Bless up Portland Spice, my people. Go over there and support them, and you will hear markgolding jucking JLP with impeachment when form the next government. So my people, let's get into it and hear what they got to say.
Artificial intelligence. So as I read the manifesto, and I put on my hat as a former lecturer at UWI who used to have to mark master's theses, I had to wonder, why did it sound so much like what we're already doing? It couldn't just be that, you cut and paste. Now, I'm a big proponent of using artificial intelligence, and so as I thought through it, I realized that this must have used AI. And so I asked ChatGPT, I prompted ChatGPT to write an education plan for Jamaica. Did it in ChatGPT 5. And when the results came, which I have here, sounded just like the manifesto. The education section sounded just like that. And for those of you who know, ChatGPT 5, their data was mostly cut off in October 24. So the training data that's used was from then. And so that's why it looks so much like what we've already articulated and what we are doing. So this sounds...
And my people, as you can hear, Dania Morrison just speak about artificial intelligence pertaining to the manifesto of the People's National Party. But what she's not saying, if you even use the same prompt 10 times in the AI search engine, it's gonna give you 10 different response, even if it is the same exact words for word you use in those 10 prompts. She's not telling her that. So that simply means, Dania, you're just off track, mama. Don't let them push you to do these things and to break your character as a woman. So now, my people, let's get into it and hear what Colin Bell and Ralston Hyman got to say about the state of Jamaica economy at this time going into a general election.
That in an election season, Fayval Williams allowed the JTA to walk out on her because she couldn't up the offer to the teachers.
Well, two things. The first thing is that she's clueless about the ministry, and the second thing is that tax revenues are running below budget.
Tax revenues are running below budget.
Yeah, man.
That means they are not collecting the amount of taxes that they had planned to collect. Why?
Precisely. Because the economy is slowing down. The economy is just emerging from a recession which they denied.
And it not come out of the recession with any steep spike.
No.
Now, Ralston, had the economy in a good position, you think the government would give the teachers and civil servants a better offer?
Yeah, man, because them can't afford to lose them people. I remember, say, the former Minister of Finance messed them up already, so he give them 200% and then force them people to take 20% over a 4-year period. And enough of the benefits that he promised them still not give them it yet. And now up comes this. So no government don't want the public sector to be against them in an election year, because once the public sector are against you, you have a lose.
Yeah, but they offer them 0% in year one.
Which is an act of stupidity.
Or
So
is
that's
it
why I
that
tell you, say two things. The minister are clueless, and the next thing is that they don't have no money.
there's no fiscal space?
Yeah, man.
But how can you say the minister is clueless when Minister Fayval... Listen to this clip, Ralston. Listen to this. Listen
Yeah,
to this.
man.
Then we'll bring a close to this media conference as news time approaches.
News time
Do
is
it.
approaching. Thank you, Abka, for one final one from me. The opposition, the PNP, they've repeatedly mentioned this discretionary spend that each administration has around $350 billion. From what you know, Minister Williams, is such a spend in existence, and why using the funds from that? Would it be reckless or damaging to the future of the country?
Yeah.
As I said when I started out, there is no major line item in the budget called discretionary spending. There is none. It doesn't exist. That 359 billion you're talking about has to do with programs that we have to fund year after year after year. Path program, grants to all our schools to ensure that they operate their, they need it for their daily operations. What we use in terms of providing for safety and security, health supplies and services, social security and welfare services, sickness and disability. There are a number of programs, important programs, that have to be funded on a recurring basis year after year after year. And so that's why I am saying to the PNP, tell us how you're going to fund your promises. Which of these programs, these recurring programs, will you do away with? Which one of them will you cut? Because I don't know where they get this idea or this notion that there are billions of discretionary funds sitting around in government. That is not so. And it just shows their lack of understanding of the budget of the.
You heard her, Ralston.
Yeah, man.
No discretionary funds. Is that true?
Total nonsense. One thing I'll tell you. Larry Summers, former U.S. Treasury Secretary, former chief economist at the World Bank, former head of President Obama's National Economic Commission, and President Emeritus of Harvard University. Yeah? He recently said a lot of people in the Trump administration couldn't pass his elementary class in economics at Harvard. And this minister looked like she won't fall into that category because what she said total nonsense. What the man must say? Simple, I want to talk with the people who can understand.
Yes.
After you pay the debt and you pay the public sector workers, whatever is left is discretionary income. Where the man them must say, for them plan come to about $29 billion. So it can easily fit in the $360 billion of discretionary income because they're not going to spend the money foolishly like how they must spend the money. Simple.
So you are saying after public sector salaries
and the debt,
and
which are the two
debt,
most important things. Yeah, everything else
is left to the discretion of the government.
Correct.
So they will spend it on the policies that they see as priority.
Yes, and then use them discretion foolishly because them give it $12.4 billion for buying votes. That are more than half of what the other man them would have used to fund them plan, which are more constructive and productive.
So when she said there is no discretionary line item in the budget, is it that you can call it another name and she just using semantics?
No, there is no other name, and that is why I say she fall out the category of the people who Professor Summers said could pass in class at Harvard.
So hold on. So you are saying that officially there's an item called discretionary spending in the budget?
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't put it down and say, oh, this is discretionary. Discretionary is everything after, just like when you're in your house. You don't put on a line say discretionary. After you pay your mortgage and pay your rent and pay your light bill and your water bill and your internet bill and give woman money for go a market and to look after the youth, then everything else is discretionary.
So everything will let me decide if I want to buy a jacket or I want to buy a Clarks or me go carry the pit them go dentist.
Precisely. Simple as that.
So it's pure rubbish.
Rubbish, man. She doesn't have an answer, and she does answer in a very stupid manner, which we have to start questioning her credibility. Again, the next question is when she said the man don't know about fiscal policy, and this is something we have to remind the country about again.
Yes.
If we want to talk about people who don't understand fiscal policy, we can go back to 2007 to 2012. The first time in the history of Jamaica that Jamaica has ever been locked out of the international capital markets is under JLP administration between 2007 and 2012. And all story. The man who doesn't understand fiscal policy.
So
at that time,
could we classify that period as the most fiscally irresponsible
reckless
period
in
our
the
history
of Jamaica? Yeah, of course. And that's why they don't want to talk about it. Then pretend like 2007 and 2012 never exist.
No, but
and
hold on. There are some labor rights who are saying that the fiscal discipline mechanism started under Bruce Golding. What did Bruce Golding put in place?
All right, let me go to it now. All right, let me go to it and go to it to make the people understand.
Yes.
In 2007,
Yes.
the man who said them say the worst finance minister, when him leave, hear what the stats was. The debt come down from 262% under JLP government led by Mr. Siaga in 1989 to 115% despite FinSac, which added 140 billion or 40% to the debt. The poverty was 9.9%. Unemployment was 9%. That was the last time the Jamaican economy grew by 3%. The net international reserves moved from minus 500 million under Mr. Siaga to $2.4 billion underneath him. Yeah? And that's the first time we ever successfully navigated an IMF test. Them take over. The Great Recession started in the last quarter of 2007. Audley Shaw, Ed Bartlett tell Jamaica people say it will help Jamaica. Them take 2 years before them go to the IMF. Yeah? Them never get an IMF agreement until the 2nd of February 2010 because them never know what to do. And when them got the IMF, them never know which agreement to take. Them take a standby agreement, 27 months, rather than an extended fund facility which lasts for 48 months. And all of the things them with them, the man them give them the money up front because it was an emergency. All of the things them with them tell the man them say them are going to do them, never do it. Peter Phillips and Portia for come do it. Yeah? We never get an agreement till 2013. Yeah? When Peter Phillips leave, the budget was balanced. You follow me? The debt come down from 147% to 121%. Follow that?
Yes.
Yeah. And while we were passing the IMF test, Fayval Williams had been ill and Audley Shaw said, all we do pass IMF test and now pass the people's test. Yeah? So I remind Jamaica about that because them pretend like so that never happened. So them can't tell nobody about fiscal prudence.
No, Ralston. So the question I'd ask, what did Bruce Golding put in place? Because they are speaking to some...
But what I'm saying to you, under that agreement, that is when that thing was supposed to start. Them sign it, but them never do nothing.
What they signed?
They signed the Fiscal Responsibility Act, but them never do it. That is why the man them punish we are locked out of the market.
Oh, so they signed the act.
But them never do nothing.
When did they sign that Fiscal Act?
February 2, 2010. That was part of the new agreement that we had with the IMF.
February 2, 2010. They signed the Fiscal Act.
Fiscal Responsibility Act.
They signed the FRA.
Yep. And them only do one test. And from that, them not do nothing more.
So they feel they signed the act, but they never act upon it.
They never implemented it. They never do nothing at all. Them just take the man them 2.4 billion upfront, and that was the end of the story.
So when was that really implemented? When was that implemented for action?
2013 under Peter Phillips.
2013, Peter Phillips actually did it.
Yeah, man.
So how they are claiming, because I hear the Prime Minister claim it in the Parliament, that it started under Bruce Golding.
Yeah, but as I said, them only starting was only signing. If they did, it wouldn't get locked out of the international capital market. The man them locked out because of that. We sign the thing and take the money, because at that time them front load the money. And them never do nothing. And that is why under Peter Phillips, the man them say, when I front load the money, I have to pass the test them first before we get the money.
All right. Ralston, the teachers are asking for more. And I did a rough calculation. Tell me if I am correct. Because I am saying if they offer teachers 3.5%, it would cost about $3.5 billion annually more to pay the teachers. That sound correct?
Yeah, man.
And I'm saying, if you never give a $12.4 billion, that could have covered 3 years.
Yeah, man. So that matter them spend the money bad. That is how I tell about them use them discretionary spending bad. They use it for buy votes rather than for production in the country. That is why we have the problem that we have now.
We were having a concern when Nigel Clark was Minister of Finance, and we were saying that he was paying the debt, paying more money on the debt that we needed to. Was that also a squander, or that is benefiting us now?
Well, it benefit him. It's not benefit we. We are now in a recession and we can't find the money for do nothing. It benefit him.
So you are saying that faster paying down on the debt, bringing down GDP to what, 68% now?
68%, yeah.
You are saying that the country is not seeing any benefit from that right now?
Well, I've been telling the country that from day one, because we'll bring it down to a simple level where you can, everybody can understand. So they might collect more tax revenue. So if you get more pay, yeah, well, I bring it down to a household. And every day you go home and I tell the wife, say I get more pay. But you know, fix the house, you know, send the pick them guys to school, you know, buy enough food and the whole thing I run down. Yeah? Tell me about the benefits that to your family.
None. No benefit.
Simple.
Just
simple.
free.
And then
and
they just run and left them after because they see a woman with a better opportunity. Come on, man. You have to simplify it so people can understand. The first opportunity Nigel Clark get for run.
Ralston, I want to give my viewers this morning a chance to ask one question if they have a question for you.
Yeah, man.
If anybody have a question for Ralston, call me on.
So as you can hear, my people, what is your thoughts and views on this? Leave them in the comment section and let us have that discussion. Now, my people, listen to the opposition leader, the government to be Mark Jefferson Golding, how he outlined his plan going forward into this general election if he should form the next government. So let's get into it and hear what he got to say, my people, and leave your thoughts and views in the comment section and let us have that discussion. Thank you very much, my people. Bless up and give thanks for your continued support. Let's get into it.
It's a clear choice, people. And I say to you, stand up for your right to vote. Don't sell out yourself. Don't sell out your children. Don't sell out your party. Don't sell out your candidate. And don't sell out Iman Marky G. Comrades, the next PNP government is going to be a government of upliftment for the people. We published our manifesto this week. And it has a number of things in it which are powerful in what they will do and achieve for the people of Jamaica. And when I was thinking about it and the song from the 1970s, one of our best political songs, My Leader Dania, where Neville Struggle Martin, the artist, say, we are going to juke them with free education and we are going to juke them with the microdam. Well, now in 2025, we're going to juke them with the First in Family Scholarship, where if you are the first person in your family to qualify for university or college, the PNP will give you a full scholarship under the government of Mark Jefferson Golding. We're going to juke them with the East program because we know that some parents can't afford to give them children lunch money 5 days a week, and sometimes children miss school because of that. So we're going to step up the school feeding program under the East program. And we're going to ensure that every needy child gets a hot, nutritious meal every day in primary and secondary school. $9 billion extra dollars we're going to spend on the children. And the farmers in South St. James and across Jamaica will benefit from that money because you will be producing the food which we want to feed the children with. We're going to juke them with the right program, because we know that absenteeism from school is also caused by parents not having the money 5 days a week to send them children to school, especially in rural Jamaica. So we have the right program where we're going to provide each family who has a problem. We're going to send out the social worker, the guidance counselor, where the children are not attending and find out what the problem is. And if it's transportation is a problem, they will get a subsidy from the government $10,000 per month per child of the family to help cover the cost of transportation to send the children to school. And we're going to vet the transport operators who get the benefit of that money to make sure that they are reliable and honest people, decent people who will carry the children safely and who we can have confidence in. Busman and taximan, you're going to benefit from this program too. So we're going to juke them with the right program. We're going to juke them with affordable housing. We're going to build 50,000 houses in the next 5 years for people who are presently not served in the housing market. And each constituency will get at least 500 of those affordable houses. And your brilliant candidate, Nikisha, has already identified the lands, public lands not suitable for agriculture, where we can put those houses so we can build the 500 right here in South St. James for the people of Jamaica, of this constituency who need housing. And we're going to reform the National Housing Trust. We're going to juke them with the Young Person Deposit Fund. We're going to establish a deposit fund within the National Housing Trust so young people up to 45 years old who want to pay down on their first home and can't find the money for the deposit will get a grant from the National Housing Trust to cover the deposit. Money they don't have to pay back, $500,000, courtesy of the next PNP government. And we're going to juke them with the rent-to-own scheme. The rent-to-own scheme is for the people who right now can't qualify for an NHT mortgage because they can't prove their income. They don't get a pay slip because they're not employed to some big company or whatever. They might be a farmer. They might be a taxi operator, a hairdresser, a cosmetologist, they have a little shop, a cook shop or whatever. We will say, you can come into possession of that house that we are building as a tenant. And you can pay the rent, which will be equivalent to the mortgage. And if you make your payments on a monthly basis on time for 6 months, we will treat that as proof of income. You don't need no pay slip. You will qualify for the mortgage. You can draw down on the loan and you can move up from being a tenant to be an owner of that house and have your place on the rock, which you own. After the abolition of slavery, the colonial masters passed a law saying that if you occupy public land, you cannot acquire title for that land unless you live there for 60 years. At the time, 60 years was beyond the average lifespan of any human being on earth. They never intended for anybody to have land who didn't have land already. Well, that law is still on the books. And we say we want our people to become owners in this society. So we are going to reduce that time frame from 60 years to 25 years. If you've been on the land for 25 years, you're entitled to a title, and the PNP will ensure you get your title. And if you haven't quite made 25 years, but you'd like to acquire ownership and a title for the land, you can come talk to us. We will arrange a nice price for the land for you that you can manage and a payment plan that is comfortable because we want you to own it. We don't want to. We don't believe in calling nobody a squatter, and we're not bulldozing down any poor people's house. We're not into them thing there. And all of the Operation Pride schemes around Jamaica, which were designed to uplift people living in informal settlements. We're going to finish those schemes if they're unfinished. Complete the infrastructure and make sure the people get their title. And in future, any other informal settlements, we're going to bring similar solutions because we want everybody to live in dignity in the country and become an owner of the home that they dream to aspire to own. When it comes to workers' rights, we're going to put an end to the abuse of short-term contracts, which are so prevalent in the hotel industry and certain other industries as well, where persons don't have security in their job because they're on a short-term contract and every time it's renewed at the discretion of the employer and they don't get certain benefits that under the law they should have. We're going to cut out them thing there. And for the hotel workers, This government said they were going to do it, but they haven't done it. Well, we are going to do it. We are going to eliminate the tax and tips and gratuity and commissions for hotel workers so they can get more money in their pockets when they finish their week's pay. Week's work. And similarly for all security guard and all public sector workers who earn overtime, the next PNP government is going to eliminate tax on overtime. As long as you're earning up to $6 million a year, you will not pay tax on your overtime. And I heard a little lady, a little labourite lady at them big meeting, I try to disrespect me by suggesting that security guards are not first-class citizens in the country. Well, I respect all security guards. I respect everybody. And I want the security guards flourish too, because they are keeping us safe and doing honest work. So I'm glad to implement this policy where we won't tax their overtime pay. And comrades, when it comes to the governance of the country, the people tired of the hanky-panky rip-off government that we have right now. A prime minister whose integrity commission declarations cannot be certified. He's under investigation for the criminal offense of illicit enrichment. He's taken the integrity commission to court, and an affidavit has been filed that shows the matter is even worse than we thought it was. The people are tired of that. That's why we're going to juke them with the impeachment procedure when we come into government, so that no member of parliament can be caught on video with a stool, beat a woman, bad. No, that will mean impeachment. You will be held accountable for your actions. And imagine they have that same individual running for parliament for them again. And we're going to juke them with a modification to the gag clause in the Integrity Commission Act. Because right now, they have 10 people, members of parliament, under investigation for illicit enrichment. And we only know one, which is the Prime Minister himself. So there are several 9+ persons, and I don't believe any of them are PNP candidates, because we've already looked into that. 9+ candidates who are putting themselves forward, who are under investigation right now by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment. That is not right. So we're going to amend the gag clause so that in the future that cannot be repeated. The gag clause says that the Integrity Commission can't release any information on a matter under investigation until they've completed the investigation and sent their final report to Parliament. And because these investigations can take a long time, it means that the public is denied critical information about who people who are supposedly representing them. So we're going to modify that. We're going to deal with a lot of things in the next government. But it's all about a more...
Honorable people, that's all for now on the Avenue. New viewers, welcome forward to the Avenue. Don't forget to watch the videos, like and share, comment and subscribe. That's all for now, my people. Catch you in the next one. Thank you very much.